So, as you guys can see up on the screen today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Digital World Acquisition Corp, or DWAC, DWAC being the ticker symbol here. This is obviously the Trump stock, the SPAC company that is set to be taking Trump Media Group and with it the Truth Social Media Network public to the market. And these stocks have been very, very interesting. Obviously, if you look at the past year, once this thing got announced, this thing went absolutely crazy, all the way up to a 52-week high of $175. But then it kind of, settled down at around 40. It's been around $40 and $50 for a while now. But today, an absolutely insane day in the market, not just for DWAC, but for all the Trump stocks. We're going to be taking a look at some of the other ones as well. But it was just relatively flat. It was even down a little bit today. And then right before market close, this thing shot up 19.65% on the day. We are down 1.78% after hours. But when you go up, 20% in a day, you can afford -1, -2% in the after hours. So in this video today, we're going to be going over what all of the different Trump stocks are doing and why they are doing this, and also what this could potentially have in store for the future, because this is definitely some big news, and these are big moves coming out today. Especially a day when the market as a whole wasn't doing that great. Today that Dow Jones was down almost 0.5%. The S&P was down 0.0 or pretty much 0.1%. 0.1%. Nasdaq's down 0.1%. The Russell was up, but most of the major indices were not doing that great today. It was a very volatile up and down day in the market. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. Subscribe to today and all my latest content, and consider checking out the first link in the description below for my Patreon, which is a Patreon where every single dollar that goes into it gets put into our YouTube portfolio that I track on a weekly basis on this channel. Just tracking, growing a small portfolio from $100 to hopefully $100,000 plus over time. Should be a really cool video series, and you can help, donate to that. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So obviously, DWAC stock up huge, 20% gainer on the day. There's also Phun stock. This is another one of the Trump stocks that is involved in this whole thing. This one was up almost 20% on the day. That's pretty crazy. You have Mark stock, which is trailing a little bit, still up 11%. This one's up, another 4% after hours. But then the one that's the most interesting to me is Cfvi. This thing was only up 2% on the day today. This did not follow as closely. Cfvi is the SPAC that's taking Rumble public. And Rumble is going to be doing, having deals with that Trump social media group and the Truth Social Media Network. They're going to have Trump doing exclusive content on their website. So I do think that this one, if you think that all of these 20 and 11% moves, almost 15% moves if you include the after hours, if you believe those moves are warranted, then at least in my opinion, Cfvi is lagging a little bit. They could kind of be the one that's forgotten and the one that's left behind, and the one that's maybe due for a really big pop at open tomorrow. That's at least what I'm kind of thinking. I haven't picked up any shares of Cfvi yet today, but I might pick some up today. I might try and pick some up tomorrow at open. That's kind of where my mind is at. And Cfvi's honestly had a lot of good news recently. You can see here that recently, this was 3 days ago, Senator Rand Paul says he's quitting YouTube and switching to the Rumble, video platform. And then also, Rumble SPAC Cfvi gains on social media mentions deal with YouTuber Matt Kohrs. Matt Kohrs is just an absolutely huge name in the financial industry, especially with a lot of these meme stocks, a lot of these smaller, more volatile stocks. So that's a really big deal for Cfvi. They've had a lot of the most good news recently, and they're kind of performing the worst of all these Trump stocks today. But again, obviously everyone's wondering what's going on with DWAC, Phun, Mark. Why are these ones popping so much? And everyone was talking about this on the DWAC stock subreddit, saying just wait till the news spreads tonight. And then there's so many people like, what news? What's going on? Why is this thing going crazy? A lot of people celebrating. DWAC just hit 64.20 after hours. When T speaks, everybody listens. Obviously talking about the fact that, Trump had, he spoke publicly today, had some, addresses to the media and to the people and everything, and that's getting people excited. But here it is. Well, not yet. One more post. DWAC is way up. Some unusual quick activity making DWAC go way up within minutes, bouncing insanely. And it was crazy. It was kind of all out of nowhere. But the big news coming out today is the fact that Trump is set to launch his social media app in February, a listing from the Apple, marketplace, like the Apple App Store shows. So this is very big. Former President Donald Trump's new media venture plans to launch its social media app, Truth Social Social on February 21st. That is just over a month from today, about a month and a half from today, according to an Apple Inc. App Store listing. True Social Media, the Trump Media and Technology Group TMTG alternative to Twitter, is available for pre-order before going live on the U.S. President's Day holiday. So that is also very, very funny that it is set to be going live on President's Day. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this, how this app goes. Obviously, we know they've been doing like the private beta or the invite-only stuff, and it's gotten hacked, it's gotten trolled, it's got a bunch of people messing with it. There's a lot of people that want to mess with the Truth Social Media, obviously, and there's a lot of people that want to see it fail, and there's a lot of people who think it's going to fail. And even those people, they kind of add into the hype and the media attention and the story to this whole thing, because that just makes it more interesting. That just makes it more of a news story. And then there's so many people that think it's going to do well. Obviously, Trump has a ton of supporters, and even people who maybe don't like Trump so much like the idea of, an uncensored social media, a place where, anything goes. Now, there is obviously a fair amount of questions where can an app like that make money? Are they going to be able to keep advertisers? Twitter historically has been one of the worst performing social medias in terms of just being able to actually make money and convert, attention and users and everything to revenue and to profit. So what is Trump's plan, or what is the True Social Media's plan, or the TMTG's plan to make the True Social Media network different or better than something like Twitter? Because when we have seen the screenshots and leaks from the invite-only beta and stuff that's going on, it pretty much looks like Twitter. I mean, it pretty much is Trump's version of Twitter. We know he loved Twitter from his time in the office, obviously. And it seems like, mostly they've just done a copy and paste job over, which is fine. Twitter's good. People really, really like Twitter. And if they take Twitter and make some minor, positive changes to it, that could be really, really good and really, really cool. But again, is it a great business model? Is it going to make a lot of money? Are they going to have sponsors? Are they going to have revenue? Are they going to generate profit? And at what timeline? If they're even able to get a bunch of users in, because that's still a question also, like, is this going to steal away a lot of users from Twitter, or are people just going to stay on Twitter, because Twitter already exists and most of us aren't permanently banned from it. So I don't know. We will have to wait and see. The app's launch comes 13 months after Meta Platforms, Facebook and Twitter banned Trump for encouraging his supporters to participate in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. And I guess that's kind of another interesting thing, that obviously, these huge run-ups for all these Trump stocks come on the anniversary of those Capitol attacks just a year ago today, which I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but it is at least interesting, something of note. Marking the one-year anniversary of the attack, U.S. President Joe Biden said on Thursday that his predecessor's false claims could unravel the rule of law and subvert future elections. TMGD and Apple did not respond to requests for comment, but a source familiar with the matter confirmed that February 21st is the planned launch date of the app. So obviously, from now until February 21st, these stocks are going to be watched very, very closely. Is this going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news type deal? Is this going to be something where this stock between now and February 21st just goes crazy? Is it going to kind of trade flat from here until February 21st and then go crazy after that? Is the launch of the app going to be successful? Is it going to be a failure and this thing's going to crash back down? We don't know. There's a lot of different directions this could go, but it's going to be very, very interesting to track and follow not only the launch of the app and how well or poorly that goes, but also the stock price and the company and what the shareholders decide to do along the way, because it's going to be very, very interesting. And again, there's just so many different Trump stocks that certain ones are leading, certain ones are lagging. Are the ones lagging a deal? Are the ones leading overpriced? I don't know, but this was definitely an interesting day where I'm sure a lot of people made a lot of money. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Tell me to drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Dwac, Phun, Mark, Cfvi. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.